Hello everyone and welcome to the Golden Egg. And this will be our very first episode in K-Drama Flashback, a series where we look at K-dramas from the past that are very interesting. The first drama we'll be looking at is Boys Over Flowers, a drama that was an absolute mega hit when it first came out and left a huge impression for an entire generation of people. Now let's see how it fares in 2021. The first topic we're going to talk about is the cast. The cast is led by Kue-sun, who plays Kim Jandi, whose parents own a dry cleaning store and is an absolutely average student. But she gets the golden ticket to go to Shinhwa High School, which is the most prestigious high school in all of Korea. Kue-sun's additional works include Wangwana, or The King and I, as well as Chaegang Chiru, or The Strongest Chiru. The male lead is Lee Min-ho, who plays Gu Junpyo, the heir to Shinhwa Group, as well as the leader of the F4 and one of the major bullies of Kue-sun's character. Now, many of you probably have seen Lee Min-ho in his other works, including The King, Eternal Monarch, 상속자들 or The Heirs, as well as City Hunter. The second main lead actor is Kim Hyun-jung, who plays Yoon Ji-hoo, the son of a former president of South Korea and another member of the F4. Now, Kim Hyun-jung is mostly notable for his SS501 fame of K-pop, but he has actually had a fairly okay acting career beyond Boys Over Flowers, which includes 장난스러운 Kiss or Playful Kiss and Inspiring Generation. The actor is Kim Bum, who plays Hui-jung, a world-renowned potter and the owner of Usong Museum, Korea's largest museum in this K-drama. Kim Bum has actually had an extremely successful acting career with projects that include 그 겨울 바람이 분다 or That Winter the Wind Blows, 구미호전 or The Tale of the Nine Tails, as well as Mrs. Cop 2. The last of the main actors is Kim Jun, who plays Sogumbin, who is the heir to Ilshin Geonseo, eventually that of Ilshin Group, and has connections to the Korean mob. He is also the last member of the F4. Now, Kim Jun's career in acting has not been very impressive, but he was also a member of the vocal group Team X, which sang Paradise for Boys Over Flowers. So he was multifaceted, but overall his career since this drama has not been spectacular. The supporting cast in this drama is pretty crazy, with the likes of An Seok-hwan, Lee Si-young, Han Chae-young, and Lee Min-jung, among many others, showing you how star-studded of a cast this was on release. Now, when you look at the acting for this drama, there are definitely glaring holes in it. The entire drama is pretty overacted, but that fits into the theme of the soap opera genre that Boys Over Flowers kind of falls under. And not to mention, there's diction problems with many of these actors across the board, which have some serious ramifications when it comes to the overall acting quality of this drama. But I will say the supporting cast is fairly solid, and overall the acting isn't that horrific. Although in some cases it really truly is terrifyingly bad. But I can see why some of these actors and actresses ended up having blossoming careers moving forward. The plot of this drama is based off of a Japanese manga, Hanayori Dango, which also has 2 seasons of a Japanese drama of the same title, as well as one Taiwanese remake called Meteor Garden. Now, the overall plot of this drama is pretty much a Cinderella story. It follows Kim Jandi as she goes to Shinhwa Godeungakyo or Shinhwa High School, and she tries to adapt to this world of extreme power, extreme affluence, and more or less gets attracted to the leader of the F4, Gu Junpyo. Right? It's very Cinderella-like. Now, the topics of this K-drama are a bit interesting, in which they talk about topics that are extremely taboo. In the case of 갑질 or power tripping, power abuse, as well as huge materialism, bullying, among other things, which, most people wouldn't think are normal today, but was somewhat accepted in society back in 2009 when this drama came out, and no one really blinked an eye about the topics. If it were to be remade today, however, I would think that glorifying some of those controversial topics and values would be extremely frowned upon, and there would be some serious backlash. So the plot of this drama definitely did not age well, but overall it's a pretty generic plot outside of some of those threads. The OST for this drama is absolutely legendary, led by Paradise by T-Max, and this song is so legendary that everybody in Korea basically knows this song. And then the next song, which is Because I'm Stupid by SS501, and including tracks by Kara and by SHINee, groups that pretty much every K-pop fan knows. Now, my favorite songs on this entire track list is Luckily by Ashley and Yearning from the Heart by A-Style, both of which I'll link down below so you guys can take a listen. Now, this drama's product placement was pretty insane, and by that I mean there was a lot of it and it was very blatant. And that was pretty controversial at the time and even to an extent now because, you know, a lot of people don't like product placement, especially as it takes away from the plot. And in this case, it was extremely egregious. For instance, you had Kim So-eun's character who basically worked at Bonjuk, which is a porridge company, and they would always shoot there. And so you would always see the logo, and it really didn't have anything to do with the plot, but you know, you would always have plot points coming out of the fact that she worked at this location, and they were constantly showing it. And that was one example of the insane amount of product placement that they were overall doing in this drama. And in my opinion, it really is the birth of what modern dramas do with product placement, and that's why I want to give this a 0 out of 5. The legacy of this drama is absolutely extensive due to the fact that it hit at its highest peak 32% national ratings, which is an absolutely massive number, by the way, considering more recent dramas actually can't get into the 30s. It spawned an entire tween lineup between Boys Over Flowers and culminating in School 2013. These dramas include Master of Study, Dream High 1, and Dream High 2. Again, all titles that all of you have probably heard of. Not only that, it helped influence the later genres of manga and webtoon-based dramas that we see a lot today. And on top of that, this drama overall has launched significant careers in the likes of Lee Min-ho, Kim Bum, as well as the influence of PPL in later dramas as well. But it isn't all good things. There are some darker aspects of the legacy, which I won't talk about in this video. Feel free to look it up. But again, this drama has influenced this industry, good and bad. And it's definitely one of those dramas that if you do care and you want to see, you know, past significant dramas, this is one that you should probably watch. In conclusion, I don't think I would watch this drama again. It definitely didn't age well. I personally was cringing at significant chunks of it. My memory of this drama was significantly better than what it ended up turning out to be, and it's one of those nostalgia trips that I potentially didn't want to go on. It ruined a lot of that image, that major image of this is one of the greatest dramas I've ever watched. And overall, it was so much worse than I thought it could possibly be. And honestly, outside of the fact that this is a super historically significant drama for the entire industry, in my opinion, it didn't age well into 2020. As I said, a lot of these topics are super controversial. It normalized so many negative things that we're naturally seeing in South Korean society today in case of bullying and power trips and things like that of that nature. And so overall, I wouldn't recommend this drama to anybody that's already seen it and has good fond memories of it in the past. If you haven't seen it, you know, take a try. It's on Netflix and you'll be able to easily access it. But as I said, if you have already seen it, it's not worth seeing in my opinion. But let me know, what did you think of Boys Over Flowers? And what do you think of Boys Over Flowers? Have you rewatched it recently? Let me know and comment below. And like and subscribe if you like this content. And make sure that you stay tuned for more. Thanks.